Good morning, Busy Bees. It's Monday, July 6, 2026. Here's your morning news rundown in under 5 minutes. So, what's a little Trump interference yet again? Um, the head of the regime decided to call Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, to request that the red card against Folarin Balogun be reversed. So what happened? It was reversed, right? So it's a 1 year probation, a red card reversal. He can play in the next match. Now this is what we call cheating. Cheating at the highest level, where the president calls. Anyway, the head of the regime called FIFA, and now this has been tainted. If the United States squeaks out a win, their win is not real because of the cheat. Do we understand this? Or is it that he doesn't care? A win is a win for him. It doesn't matter if it's cheating involved, which speaks volumes for the head of the regime, doesn't it? In other news, DOGE closes after failing to deliver promised savings. There was no savings. There was a siphoning of American dollars and American information to feed Elon Musk's Grok machine and whatever other villainous, nefarious things he's doing with that information. He once promised $2 trillion will be saved. Instead, he cut financial aid to USAID, Planned Parenthood, and things that actually meant things to humans, that actually helped United States citizens as well as people abroad. For people who care about family, you sure have an odd way of showing it, right? So, judge people by their actions, not by their words, because the words are what we call lies. Thankfully, Planned Parenthood is receiving funding again, and not for abortions, but for regular care that they provide women. Women matter. Women's health matters. In other news, this is why this photo's up there. White nationalists by the hundreds marched on Washington. One problem I have is that in a cowardice act, their faces are covered. If you believe in what you're saying, uncover your face. Show yourself. This is what you believe, right? I feel terrible for this woman. I don't think we identified her yet, but I'm sure she was terrified. The look on her face, the look in her eyes says so much without saying anything. This is the world we live in, where the 250th anniversary for the United States is plagued by this type of action. We haven't improved. We're no better than what we were, in my opinion. So wild weather plagues the United States. There were 19 suspected heat-related deaths alone. Never mind the storms and the floods and fires and other wild weather. That is the norm now. It's not normal, but it is. Because this is the weather we're going to be seeing for the rest of our lives here. In the hundreds, 110, 112, 10 something here in New York. And what are we going to do about it? Well, nothing. Not with this regime who doesn't believe in climate change. It's a hoax. Well, the joke's on all of us, right? Because you're stealing money from programs that could help and rolling back environmental protection. So you're like, screw you. I'm going to get mine in this lifetime. Screw the rest, right? The Wall Street Journal, had a very interesting article called "Democratic Socialists and Anti-Israel Activists Give Democrats Heartburn." It's all about the Democratic Socialists who won here in New York and elsewhere in the country. It's really problematic that the regular Democrats, I don't know what to call them, they're, the ones who are thieving and are no better than Republicans siphoning off our dollars, are upset that the voters want something different. We want something different. We want some form of socialism, right? Some of us are saying not to get rid of capitalism. Why can't we have both? Why can't you give us something, some relief for a minute, instead of us worrying about if we're going to eat today, if we're going to pay our rent? Anyway, those are the news stories I'm going to cover. Like, share, and follow. It really helps me out. And name change here. I'm just simply news now, but I'm still sugar.